Good evening. Welcome to the homestead, back in the pole barn. And it's been a productive day working on the old 350 here. We got basically one or two things done on the engine, and mostly spent time cleaning and painting stuff. Went on a little painting spree. As you can see here, got the little star of the show there. I'm going to go ahead and leave the block dirty for the most part. I mean, I'll scrape off whatever loose dirt I can get and clean it with compressed air and kind of just dry clean it. I don't want to spray it all down with degreaser and all that stuff. But it'll get somewhat clean. And so I've got the new double roller timing chain installed. I've checked the timing, spun the engine around 2 or 3 times to make sure, and it's nice and tight. I did go with the standard timing. I decided not to advance or retard the timing because I don't really think it would be necessary. This is still going to be a daily driver. If I was going to make like a crawler or an off-road vehicle where it was going to spend a whole lot of time down in the real low ranges, like 1,000 to 1,500 RPM, just, going slow, then it would make sense to advance it. And if it was a racing engine and I wanted more high RPMs, then, retarding it 4 degrees would make sense. But for my application, stock is fine. I'm good with whatever low-end power it already has. And I really don't want to lose any more high-end power because it really doesn't have much at all. These things suck at anything above 3,000 RPM, basically. So I'm hoping that'll change a little bit after I recondition this engine, and I'm hoping it'll breathe a little better with the bigger timing chain on there, or the better timing chain, not bigger. So yeah, let me show you what else I got painted here. We've got the accessories. I had some help today from this kid, Jason Brown Jr. He was here. I let him spray paint some stuff for me to help it look better. I mean, it was pretty bad the way it was before. It was all covered with dirt and mud, and so we ran it through some purple power. Yeah, mean green purple, which is now like black. I just used the whole thing undiluted and just kind of cleaned everything up in here. Ranger, what are you barking at? He's barking. And then power washed the crap out of everything, and I had a helper for that too. So power washed the oil cleaner. Need to still scrub that down a little better. The skid plate and oil pan. Okay, yeah, sorry, I get interrupted in the evenings. Anyway, so we did some painting, and the timing chain's installed. The kids out there playing, so the dogs are freaking out. They just bark and bark and bark and bark and bark and bark, and I can't seem to shut them up because, what are they going to do? They see a kid. They don't know what to make of him. Oh, so, the mess I'm fighting now, I've got the oil pan dropped. There's the bottom of my engine. Not too bad. Not too bad. But I cleaned the screen. It seems totally fine. It's clean. Oil wasn't even that dirty when I changed it. Neither was the oil pan. Didn't have any sludge or anything in the bottom of it. So that's a good sign for 186,000 miles. But every single gasket I've taken off of here so far has been a bitch. And I'm fighting this rear main seal gasket right here now because it's difficult to get to because of the engine stand is right in the way. Not much I can do about that, so I'm just gonna have to sit here and scrape away until it's all gone. It's gonna take a couple of hours, so we'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, so after, okay, it wasn't like 2 hours, maybe only 30 minutes or something, I finally got all the gaskets off of the block for the rear main seal here. And it looks like the crank could use a little clean too. So I'm going to go ahead and go around there and clean the surface where the seal is in between these lines right here. You can kind of tell where the seal is going to ride. Get that all cleaned up. Probably just use some brake cleaner here. Get that all done and stuff. So polish that up and might just get this thing back together tonight. Here's the rear main seal itself. It's a one-piece seal, which is cool. A lot easier than the two-piece. Just knock that thing out, put the other one in. It's pretty easy to do. And then I'll clean this housing up. And I probably shouldn't even be holding it without gloves. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and scrape this. Good old 2-bolt main here, which is cool. Not going to be setting any land speed records in here anytime soon, so it's all good. But I'd like to get the oil pan back on tonight. So my goal now is to get this seal changed out and everything buttoned up. Okay, so finally I am done for the night. It's getting late, but I wanted to wrap it up at a good place. And so I got the rear main seal installed. It was a little bit tricky, but with the help of this trusty little knife here, I was able to get it in. This is just like a makeshift lip seal installer there. Worked pretty good. I've got my Felpro one-piece oil pan gasket on there. It fit absolutely perfect. Didn't have any issues whatsoever. Slipped right on there. I've only got a few bolts holding it in. The others are in the tank still. Just kicking it there. But yeah, there's the nice clean painted oil pan. Kind of stands out from the rest of the engine. Now the block looks all rusty and decrepit, and it's got all these new painted covers on it, on the bottom anywhere, where nobody's ever going to see them. But I get to see them now. So all the seals are installed. The only thing left is to put the front back together, and of course torque all the bolts on the oil pan and the rear main seal. Nothing's torqued. I just have it hand tight. I don't want to bust out torque values and look shit up right now. I'm too tired for that. Ranger, shut up! God, he's been fucking driving me nuts today. Fucking barking constantly at everything. Damn border collies. Anyway, I'm done for the night. It's been a day. It's been a long day of working on this thing. Most of it, yeah, pretty much. Just working on this, but I'm glad I had some help today and got a bunch of stuff painted and cleaned. There's still a long way to go. I think we'll have this engine in the truck by the end of the week, because that's pretty much all I had to do to it was change all the gaskets. And I didn't even have to paint it or anything. It's just that if I'm going to go through the trouble of taking this crap off, I want it to go back on looking new and clean. So that's it for now. Till next time, catch y'all later. Have a good night. Peace.